Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria, where I was just wondering what we actually need to get the Boxer Rebellion for our Fragile Unity here, because we need to successfully conclude the Boxer Rebellion and successfully conclude Stamp Out Monarchism. I don't know if we're actually going to angle for all of this in this series. We'll see. But in order to trigger the Boxer Rebellion, we do definitely have need of a few things. One of them is political agitation here. We currently have pan-nationalism being exposed to us, so I think for the moment, we'll leave that be. We'll keep in mind that we need political agitation eventually. We'll tick forward for now. And these railways are underway. We're also working very hard on our electrification. So that's all looking fine. Once we get our electrification done here, we should be doing quite well economically. I mean, we're already #1 in the world. Is France catching up with us? Actually, yes. I'm not shocked about that, though. Yeah, recent expansion of power plants. Excellent. So, power plant building throughput, steam turbines, or shift work. We'll take the progress on steam turbines. Excellent. That was more than the shift work progress. And our literacy is continuing to climb. We're at 130 each week now. It's 172 uncapped, so we still don't need to build additional universities. That's looking reasonably fine. And 13 weeks until a large chunk of our power plants are complete. Yeah, that's not going to be all of them. That's going to be about half of them. But even so, we're making very good progress there. Now, we are working on electric arc process here right now. The question is, do we want to continue to work on that for too much longer? I mean, I would like to get arc welding. That would apparently take 24 years to research. We are pretty ahead of time for that, so we're probably not going to work on that just yet. We may head on over here and grab political agitation early on. That requires all of anarchism, socialism, and pan-nationalism. So we would probably want to start working on socialism as soon as we're done with electric arc process, or right now, if we really wanted to. That said, elevators is a thing that exists, and that gives us additional construction sector max level, which wouldn't be bad either. And that unlocks arcades. So that's a theoretical option. For the moment, we'll consider it. They just started a make puppet down over here. Didn't we have something with these guys? No, that was with the Sikh Empire. Never mind. They're in the British Customs Union. That's interesting. Okay, so we're the #2 GDP worldwide right now. France has passed us. That's not shocking, considering our current investments. However, our investments will pay off later. So vacuum canning for food industries, I like it. We can definitely get that going. That's going to consume oil. We don't have a source of oil right now, do we? Correct. So we should stick on canneries for right now. We do still have an electricity input goods shortage. No surprises there. There's a big chunk of power plants finishing up, though. And that will at least help. So as this gets populated, we will definitely increase our production of electricity. And we have a bunch more power plants on the way. We are back to work on our coal mines. But these power plants will get finished up fairly soon here. About 23 weeks. Secret societies, huh? I'm okay with the literati having some additional strength. Now, do we want to do any law changes? Probably is the answer. But which ones? I'd like to go to public schools, but again, that's just trade unions, and they're marginalized. So that's not an option. Public health insurance doesn't have support. And there's just not much else that we could do. We could potentially think about going down to, like, laissez-faire, but I think that's a bad idea, honestly. I don't think we should do that. So we're finishing up this railway, and we do need to check in on our government administration situation. Okay, we do need a few of these, and I'm going to build ones in places with 0 as well. So that'll be fine. And I also want to check in on our infrastructure. We almost certainly need some somewhere. Yeah, so we need like 6 here. We need probably about the same number here. And these are fine. We need one here. Okay. So these railways are underway. And our government administrations are as well. Are we still working on all of our power plants? Yes, is the answer. Okay. That's very, very solid. I like it. We're back to #1 worldwide in GDP. We've passed France again. A lot of that, of course, is because we had the input goods shortage. Now, are we running everything that we can for electricity consumption at this moment? We're running electric streetlights. Okay. And I do want to auto-expand our power plants. There we go. And we had a couple of other electric things that we could do. But I think for now, this'll do. Yeah, the electric fences, and the other one was down here, the electric sawmills. So yeah, that should be fine. We're doing okay on electricity generation. We would really like to get steam donkeys going. That would be nice. Where is the tech for that? I feel like we should have had it by now. Yeah, it's right up here. It's currently being exposed. Okay, 9 to 14 months. So that's very solid. And pan-nationalism was 5 to 7 months. So that will be done before electric arc process. Okay, that sounds good to me. We just broke 600 million GDP. Very, very solid. And we need to continue to produce power plants, of course. Our electricity cost is still going to be not great. So if we look up here, we can see that we're still at minus 3.8k, although our electricity cost has definitely come down to a quasi-manageable level. Although when we switch over to electric railways, yikes, that's not going to be the case anymore. But hopefully by then we'll have steam turbines, and that should be reasonably fine with the amount of coal production that we have. So no major issues there. Our power plants are in total about 8 weeks away from finishing. Okay, this looks good. Checking in on our unemployment, 16.8 and 63.1. Well, 16.9, 63.1. Yeah, we definitely need additional work on jobs. There's no doubt about that. We need all the jobs we can get our hand on. So we just continue to construct, is the idea. Seems good to me. Our coal mines are being worked on. How many more pages of those do we have? Oh, not that many, actually. Only 7. I like it. So that's very, very solid. Our power plants here are going to be finishing up very soon. 2 weeks here, and then we're working almost exclusively on our coal mines. Including the railways, actually. The railways are finishing up basically simultaneously. So I love it. I love it. Our coal mines are going to be worked on here, and this is probably going to be acceptable for our power generation for now. So if we go into here and we look at our electrical generation, minus 2.41k right now, there's still going to be a lot of employment happening here, but we can see the prices dropping. We may need to get additional power plants at some point, but I want to check in on our employment on those. So let's go into industry. There we go. We'll go in here, and that's at 90% employment, 99, 114. Okay, so this one is still scaling up substantially. So this is now at still 14. Ah, the price of engines. Okay, that makes sense. So we do need to work on our motor industries. That's fine. Let's put them in. I'm actually going to build a bunch. Well, we've got infrastructure issues here. I'm going to build a bunch here. We're going to take this up to 48. Something along the lines of that. Now, that may create steel issues. Motor industries take inputs of tools, coal, and steel. So we may have tools issues out of that. And we may have steel issues out of that. That's fine. We can address those as they come up, if we do. In the meantime, of course, we're building a lot of coal mines in the background. We're not going to have coal issues. I can tell you that from our motor industries. They do take in coal, so it's good that we're using up some of that. And we're going to definitely need to continue to work on our government administrations. This is going to require additional work. There's no doubt about that. We're going to need additional railways as well. We definitely know this for a fact. So this is at 100% employment. So we definitely need, this is 20 infrastructure each. We definitely need 7 here. And then we need 2 here. We already have 2 queued up here. I'm going to cancel that one. 2 here. 1. We have 2 queued up there. Otherwise, that looks good. Okay. I'm assuming we're still working on coal mines in the background. Yes. Yes, we are. So that looks great. We'll get those railways and government administrations done. We'll get these motor industries put together. And we have a good surplus right now. Do we want to consider cutting taxes? This would put us negative financially. We could cut consumption taxes. I don't think we can cut all of our consumption taxes. But we definitely could consider cutting a number of these. Consumption tax on opium drops us negative, so we'll just sit here for now, and we will continue working on our constructions. So that looks good. We are currently 24 months out on electric arc process, but the thing that we're really interested in right now is pan-nationalism and steam donkeys finishing up. That's 7 to 10 months out, and pan-nationalism is... Netherlands sides with Netherlands in the diplomatic play against radical Sambas. There are 2 Netherlands? No. This is the same Netherlands. Good job, Netherlands. You took your own side. Okay. Well, that was exciting. Very interesting there, for sure. I don't know how Netherlands pulled that one off, but okay. We're going to get these government administrations and railways done fairly soon. We're back to being positive financially. So, I mean, we can consider continuing to drop our consumption taxes. Now, France has sided with Netherlands. Okay, good for them. We could definitely consider continuing to drop these, but these are quite valuable. I would love to drop them. And I'd love to start dropping off our taxes, but we need to get our economy quite a bit more efficient before that happens. And that is definitely being worked on. So looking at this here, 16.6, 62.9, we really need to work on that. Maybe we need additional construction. How long would it take to research elevators? 6 years? I'm going to do it. I'm going to add in another location of construction. There's low infrastructure here. I think that's okay. And we'll just max this on out. It will not take very long to do. This will put us probably financially negative, for the record. But I really want to get additional construction speed going here. I feel like we're just not successfully competing with our reproduction rate. We need jobs being produced at a higher rate right now than our unemployment numbers and peasant numbers are increasing. We need to eat into these. So that's exactly what we're going to look to do. That's now complete, and as that finishes up its jobs, or rather fills up its jobs, we'll see how that affects our financial situation. So far it looks okay. And checking in on these infrastructures here, yeah, this definitely needs more. So we're going to need an additional 7 here. In Southern Anhui, that's full up, so we're going to need an additional 4 here. We need 3 here, assuming that that's full on employees. Yes, all of these are pretty much full on their employees. So we're going to put in 1 here, we're going to put in 2 here, we're going to put in 2 here. Okay, so that's a bunch of railways being worked on. And we also have iron mines being worked on at this point. Our coal mines are now complete, but we have a lot of railways underway. So that's looking solid. I'm glad to see that we're still financially positive. We could probably think at this point about dropping another consumption tax. This will hurt a little bit. Indeed it will. And we did just dip negative, so we'll hold here for the time being. Opium is currently expensive. I mean, we could do something about that. We could expand this opium plantation here, and let's do it. That'll be done in 8 weeks. Not too bad there. Anything else considered expensive? Iron. I mean, we're working on iron. I'm not concerned about iron, so that'll be fine. We need to keep our transportation efficiency decent, so our infrastructure needs to be dealt with, of course. And overall, this seems reasonably fine. I'm not seeing any major issues here. Our GDP is currently skyrocketing, as expected. We're keeping ahead of France currently. So that's really great. Our GDP is, I mean, France is our major competitor in terms of GDP. And we're definitely keeping ahead of them right now. I want to be seeing these numbers, like, regularly going down in terms of peasants and unemployed. So that's what we really want to work on here. We don't need more people at this point. We need more jobs. That is our primary concern. So we're going to get all of these railways done here in about 10 weeks in total. And these 2 iron mines actually cannot exist. Noted. This one can't either. Do we see any other iron mines that can't exist? No. There's a few sulfur mines here that can't exist. Oh, they're wildly jumping around. Okay. We'll do that for now. But we'll deal with those as they get higher up. Some of these may or may not be able to exist. Okay, that's fine. So these railways will be finishing. I want to check in here. 133 is our current innovation. Okay. We have bumped up to number 99 worldwide in literacy. Our literacy is improving. Remember, we started at a really low point. So there is that. Our railways are going to be done momentarily here. 2 weeks in total before all of the railways are done, so that looks good. We're going to need more of them, of course, because of all of these iron mines. But for now, that's okay. So, railways finish. And now let's check in on our railway status. So, Outer Manchuria is fully employed. We know that we're going to need 2 railways here. Hebei is not fully employed. We don't know that we're going to need 2 railways here. I'm still going to queue it. And these look good. We're going to need one in Xiaozhou eventually, so I'll just queue one up there. We'll call that good for the moment. And then as far as taxation capacity goes, we definitely could use a few additional government administrations. So we'll get those put in. Excellent. We're now up to 190 income. Could we consider dropping our luxury furniture consumption tax? Actually, we could. So we'll do that. And I'd like to continue to drop these consumption taxes eventually. It's going to be expensive, but I'm okay with that as our economy comes more and more online. Steam donkeys is going to be a fairly big deal for us, I think. The production method is going to do reducing or actually increasing our coal and engines consumption. Okay. So yeah, that is actually what we want here. Engines are going to be interesting, and steel is not super expensive right now. We almost certainly are going to want additional steel mills, and I think I'm going to queue some up. We're definitely going to want some eventually, right? So I'm going to take this. This is currently at 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, and then, so this needs to be at 25. Okay. So we're going to bump up our number of steel mills here, because we know we're going to need that. We're working on iron. There's pan-nationalism. So that leads to political agitation. And I'm not sure what's going to get exposed next. Identification documents. Okay, fair enough. That's decent. So identification documents is going to give us taxation capacity. I like it. The real question here is, do we go for socialism? Because that unlocks political agitation for the Boxer Rebellion. And the answer to that is possibly. Possibly. Has France passed us currently in GDP? The answer is no. We're outstripping France pretty heavily right now. So these government administrations and railways are finishing up. How many pages of iron mines do we even have? I know it was a lot to begin with, but now it's down to only 9. We can cancel some of these since they are moving around. Okay. I'm not going to be too worried about those for now. So yeah, these iron mines are finishing, and we're going to get these steel mills built. It's not great in terms of construction efficiency, minus 4.8%, but that's not that bad, all things considered. How much is our next consumption tax? 242K on liquor. Okay, so we're going to need to increase our income by a decent amount before we get there. Fair enough. But we're definitely increasing at a rapid pace. Electric arc process is going to be done in 9 months. That plus the expansion of our steel mills should give us more than enough steel. Gold has been depleted in Outer Manchuria, which is not ideal. The steam donkey is 14 to 20 weeks out. Okay. So that's not too bad. Our gold fields are indeed depleted, and that is unfortunate. But we're at 105K. We've managed to transition ourselves into a pretty decent economy here. Language in the classroom, huh? I think additional assimilation is good here. Radicals from discrimination is okay. We do have high radicalism, to be clear. Our loyalists are ticking upwards. And the radicals are technically dropping a little bit. So that is good. What we really need to fix this, though, is to bring our standard of living up. And that would be a really good thing to do. For the time being, what is our issue here primarily with standard of living? It's our lower strata. Okay. So as we drop taxes, that will help that a little bit. But I think the bigger impact on that would be bumping up our social security here. Bumping up our welfare would probably be ultimately good for that. But we're already paying 229K weekly, and I'd rather not pay more right now. Not while we're trying to get some other things done. So we'll keep that in the back of our minds, but for now, that's not the biggest of concerns. Our steel mills are done at this point, so that's great. And the liquor is 247K, right. Netherlands did it again. Netherlands sides with Netherlands. Okay. I want to know what's going on in this diplomatic play. What are you doing, Netherlands? So, Netherlands. That's the Dutch East Indies there. Is it a bug where it's saying that the Netherlands are siding with them? Because the Dutch East Indies are? Maybe. I don't know. I don't really care about that situation, of course. All of these iron mines are being worked on heavily, and we can cancel these 2 lead mines since they can't be built. And we do have a... Yeah, there's France siding with the Netherlands again. Seems like we've seen this before. The lead mines are being worked on, as are sulfur mines. So our lead mines are fully complete. Or going to be fully complete. We're working on all of them. We're working on all of our iron mines. So we're actually working our way through this very, very quickly here. I like it. Sulfur mines are going to be finishing up eventually, and then fishing wharves, yeah. And then this is all auto-queued stuff beyond here. So that looks good. I think that's great. We're nearly through all of this. Beautiful. We're at 275K right now, which means that we can drop our consumption tax on liquor. Beautiful. Of course, we're still not all that efficient in our production. And that's mostly a tech thing. So we're going to be wrapping up... Let's see, what was our other tech that we were working on? Steam donkeys, right. 8 to 11 weeks on that right now. Now 7 to 11 weeks. The North German Federation wishes to enter into an alliance with us. Do we want an alliance with the North German Federation? Their GDP is very small, and they're very weak. Honestly, I think that we should stand alone. I think they're going to draw us into more conflict. The moment we turn up our military, we just outclass everyone. I don't think we need allies. We need economy is what we need, and that's what we're working on. So our iron mines are finishing up. They're going to be done this week. So that's great. And our lead mines are only 3 weeks away from finishing. Sulfur mines are heavily in progress. We can cancel these 2 sulfur mines and this one, since those are all not valid. There we go. And then we've got those fishing wharves. So that's everything at this point. Beautiful. So all of our mining is basically done at this point. How are we doing in our unemployment? Okay, those numbers have dropped a little bit. They're definitely starting to drop. That's what we want. Excellent. An electric arc process is 9 weeks out. Steam Donkey is still 5 to 7. Okay, so these are going to be finishing up at similar times. Noted. And it is about time to put a cut in here. I don't want to while we're this close to getting those production methods. I want to wait it out. So we're going to wait it out here. 6 weeks and 4 to 6 weeks. Cool. So we know that this is going to be done in 5 weeks. The Steam Donkey, 4 to 6. There's the electric telegraph. Okay, cool. War exhaustion from casualties reduction. I like it. It's not all that relevant. 3 weeks on electric arc process now. 3 to 5 on Steam Donkey. Okay. So we're not getting the fastest technology spread in Steam Donkey. We seem to be having some awkward luck there. We're about to get the electric arc process. That is incredibly close to coming in. Beautiful. And we really probably should check in on our infrastructure. We probably have problems here. And indeed we do. So we can add in a few extra railways here. There we go. And we can check in on our government administrations. We've got issues here as well. No surprises there. And we need to do something like that, right? These are 15? Yes, 15. Okay, so that'll do. That's all underway. The electric arc process is finishing now. Beautiful. Sadly, the Steam Donkey didn't finish. We could toss our tech into that if we really wanted to. I don't think it's really worth it. I think we go grab socialism to unlock political agitation so that we can have the Boxer Rebellion happen. I think that's going to be the idea here. And we'll just let the Steam Donkey finish up. That's allegedly 3 to 4 weeks. But we should go into here. Was that only the one process here? And yeah, this is currently negative because of the increased electricity cost. But that should be reasonably fine. Right? We've got our power plants in all of these locations. If we go into here, we should be able to see... If we go into here, we should be able to see... Yeah, this is all maxed out at this point. So, what does that put us at for electricity? An Impica's shortage of electricity. Okay. Well, that's definitely noted. So we'll need to do something about that. Power plants are what we do about that. So we need to build 49 of these here. And that'll be fine. It is time to put a cut in here, and I really, really want to get the Steam Donkey. Like, really badly. What do we need to bump up our power plant production type? Because that's what we really need, is go to coal-fired plants here. The steam turbine. Okay. And yeah, we should be auto-expanding everything in here. There we go. Excellent. So that'll do. That's all underway, and we no longer have an electricity Impica's shortage. That's fascinating, but I'm still going to build all of these power plants. That's fine. Government administrations, railways, this sulfur plant should be canceled. At this point, I want to check in. We can actually build gold mines in Outer Manchuria, and that's a relatively high priority, but beyond that, everything is good for our production. Cool. Come on, Steam Donkey. You can do it. 14 days on the outside. Now 7 days on the outside. Okay. Next week tick, we should get the Steam Donkey, right? I think. No. Maybe this week. 7 days to research now. This is clearly an estimation. It's been like 4 weeks with 7 days remaining. Okay, it must be random. But it should be any moment now. There we go. There's the Steam Donkey. Fantastic. So that gives us our mines and our logging camps additional production. That is a very big deal. That may hurt us in our engine production. but we definitely want to get all of these steam donkeys set up, and we'll scale our engine production up if need be. But it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, we're going to check in on that. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings. We have more unemployment now. And a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, James, Shadow Wolf, and Lohan80, Rogue Corvid, Kentogan, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Anna the Elephant, Soccerman12 UK, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.